For more on the situation between Iran and Pakistan, we are joined by Ali Vaez, Senior Advisor to the President and Project Director for Iran at the International Crisis Group. He joins us from Washington, D.C. Ali, thank you for joining us. Now, first, can you give us the historical context on the Iran-Pakistan relationship? What are the factors leading up to the recent missile strikes?
Well, Iran and Pakistan actually have cordial relations. The two countries have a common threat in the form of militant Baluchi groups that have been able to conduct insurgency attacks in southwestern province of Pakistan and southeastern province of Iran. These are ethnic Baluchi groups, and both countries have in the past cooperated, shared intelligence in order to actually rein in these kind of attacks by Baluchi groups. So it's quite unprecedented to see this kind of cross-border strikes and tensions that have now escalated so quickly.
Now, as you say, it's unprecedented. Iran has also claimed attacks on Iraq, Syria and Pakistan within just a few days. Tehran seems even more assertive than usual. Why the shift?
Well, because there was a high degree of criticism internally in Iran that in the past few weeks that Iran had suffered serious setbacks. For instance, Israel killed a very senior Revolutionary Guards commander in southern Syria. It had also killed a senior Hamas commander in Beirut. It had killed Hezbollah commanders in southern Lebanon. The U.S. had struck and killed a Shia militia commander allied with Iran in Baghdad. The U.S. also had bombed Yemen in retaliation for Houthi strikes in the Red Sea. And Iran also had suffered at home in the form of twin terrorist attacks in the city of Kerman, and also a massive cyber attack that Israel allegedly conducted against Iran. And so there was a need to flex its military muscle and try to remind its adversaries that Iran is not in a position of weakness, but it wanted to do so without necessarily provoking more tensions with the US and Israel. And that is why it chose targets in Iraq and Syria, and that's something that had happened in the past. I think in striking into Pakistan, Iran really overreached and overreacted.
Now, Ali, let's talk about the militant group that Iran attacked. How have the activities of groups like Jaish al-Adl influenced the dynamics between Iran and Pakistan?
So in the past few weeks, there have been an increase in number of attacks that we'd seen from Jaish al-Adl inside Iran's territory. In December, there was a strike against the police station in the city of Rask in the province of Sistan Baluchistan in Iran, which resulted in a dozen fatalities among Iranian security forces. And I think the Iranians, again, in this fog of war between Israel and Gaza, in which Iran is overstretched because its regional allies are engaged in these proxy wars against the US and Israel, Iran is worried that groups like ISIS or like some of these other Sunni militant groups would exploit the distractions that Iran has to its west in order to conduct these kind of attacks on eastern provinces of Iran. And so it wanted to reestablish deterrence. But in the process, it has damaged this relationship with Pakistan, which actually shares a common interest in trying to fight back against these groups. And so that's why I think it's an overreaction, and it was a mistake because it could potentially open up a new front against the nuclear weapon state, nonetheless.
Now, Ali, what is the significance of Pakistan's claim that their strikes in Iran's Sistan and Baluchistan province were in pursuit of Pakistan's own security and national interests?
Well, I think Iran's action in undermining Pakistan's territorial sovereignty by conducting an attack on Pakistani soil without prior warning and coordination with the Pakistanis put the government of Pakistan in an impossible situation, because if they had not retaliated in kind, they would lose face at home, and they needed to be able to draw a red line on their sovereignty. But I sense no appetite in either Tehran or in Islamabad for any further escalation. And I think now that Pakistan has retaliated in kind, both sides can step back from the brink and draw a line on this episode so that it remains limited to this tit for tat and does not turn into a broader conflict.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your insights. Ali Vaez, Senior Advisor to the President and Project Director for Iran at the International Crisis Group. Thank you.